All right, let's do this freezer meal workshop with just
Oh,
one
oh,
simple
oh, oh,
recipe.
oh. Okay.
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 So
Okay.
there's Nancy. She's going to make us our cilantro sort of chicken.
Okay. I'm not doing the cilantro, whatever it's called, chicken, but I am doing chicken. So I had gone to say Aldi and gotten a big package of those monster chicken breasts, and I brought them home and I used our closing cut to cut them. In fact, this is still real slimy from chicken, so I grabbed it out of the dishwasher so you could see it. But this is perfect because you can take those monster breasts and cut them where they're nice and thin and they cook easily. And this is the only way I do chicken. So that's our close and cut. So what I'm going to do is I've got my two chicken breasts here, and I'm going to try doing these in the air fryer later on. I'm going to put some little potato wedges with it. And I think I figured out that I can just put the chicken on one tray and the potatoes on the other at the same time, same temperature, and just switch them around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some olive oil on there.
Hey, Nance, I'm wondering if the potatoes should be at the top rack because that cooks more, faster because those are going to take longer than the chicken and maybe the chicken in the middle part. Just a thought.
Yeah. Well, you always, even when I
Or-
do my little roasted potatoes, I'll start one on the top rack and one in the middle rack, and then halfway through when it beeps, I switch them. And always the one on the top gets more browned than the one on the lower rack. But I've got three racks, and I'm thinking maybe if I put the chicken on the lowest one and then the potatoes on the other two, and then just switch those. I'm gonna I, I'm gonna see how it works. So
And just so everybody knows too, that's going to watch this after, the recipes that we do have for our freezer meal workshop, this is just a sampling of one of the 10 recipes. They're all healthy. They do say
right,
air fryer, but we're also going to give you tips on how to cook them, whether it's on the stove top, in the oven, or however you want to do them. So this is just quick and easy.
quick and easy. So got some olive oil here. I'm just gonna put it in a little pinch bowl just to make it easier. Take my silicone brush here and just lightly brush the chicken breasts. Flip them over.
I love those tongs that they store flat.
Oh my gosh, these are the best. These are the small kitchen tongs. What I love about them is their gravity feed. So you put them like this. Okay, you put them like this, they close. You put them like this, they open. It's a one-handed operation, which I love because you just pick them up and turn them and open them or close them. The other one, the other type, you have the little thing you have to pull, so it's two-handed. But I love this one-handed. Again, these are the small kitchen tongs. So I did flip my chicken. I'm gonna face the other side.
We didn't know
And
she
then
was
I'm
an
gonna,
artist, right, Brenda?
you didn't know
Painting.
what?
You were an artist
I'm
in your painting.
painting. I am an artist. You should see my artwork, Cindy. I
I've
have
been to
artwork
some of
all over the
those
house.
paint and sips with you.
Yeah, I know. I know. I still have that one in my bedroom, but I digress. So what I'm going to put on is the garlic herb, and this is actually a package from our, um, help me out, Cindy.
Taste buds.
Taste bud. Boy, you're a total blank. So this is basically dehydrated garlic. It's got some onion in it, salt and pepper, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on here.
You know what I love about our seasonings? I just have to interrupt for a sec. For one, they're gluten-free for people, but I love that the majority of them are all spice blends. So it's not just,
Yes,
garlic or not just cilantro or not just, whatever. They're all blends. The Italian blend
it
is like
is.
fabulous. They all are. I love
It
them.
is. It is. I could have done that today.
And the rosemary is a must-have to get now because you need it for your turkey at Thanksgiving. I'm telling you, it
Yep.
makes the best gravy.
Yep.
So the original recipe for the cilantro one, everyone's gonna have to sign up then to get the original recipe that we were gonna do since you're changing it up.
Right, right.
And there's
So
also a honey ginger chicken too that's
exactly.
included there.
So at this point, I could go ahead and put this in my freezer bag, and they're all ready to roll. If when I do decide to cook them, I'm going to cook these tonight with a little seasoned potatoes and corn on the cob. So that's it. One other thing I did want to show was since I have it out, our citrus press. You don't know how to use our citrus press. I'm going to do it with limes because that's what I've got. Just
Well,
cut your limes.
it was cilantro lime chicken.
Right, right. The lime was for the original recipe. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your press here. Now it's got some holes in it. You're going to want to put your fruit cut side down. You put it cut side up, you're probably going to get citrus juice in your eye. So we're going to put it like that. I'm going to bring my little bowl over here because I'd already done some. You can see how much juice you get out of these. Now, I could squeeze the lime like this, and A, it's hard to squeeze, and B, I'm not getting hardly any juice out of it at all. I put it in here and see how much more I get,
I love that thing.
and it turns your fruit inside out. So this is great for limes, lemons. If you're going to do it for oranges, you can quarter your oranges, do it that way. But I like to take the juice and I take a silicone ice cube tray, and I will put these in there, freeze them, and then pop them out, put them in a Ziploc bag. So if I need lemon juice for something or lime juice, I've got it. It's ready to go. I just grab a few and throw it in whatever recipe I'm making. So
You could do
um,
that same thing with homemade pesto or even
yep.
little cubes of broth that you have left over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can also
Mm-hmm.
do it like for garlic butter, anything like that, and make little things of it. And I've seen
Yep.
in the stores, they even sell small things like that of guacamole, believe it or not.
Yes.
So if your avocados are going to go soon, make some guacamole and put it, or freeze it. And you're good to go.
I'm going to have to try that because I love guacamole, and my husband will make a breakfast sandwich for us every Sunday morning. And we're not eating cheese anymore because we're trying to, be good and lose some weight. But I started putting the guacamole on my sandwich, and it's just heavenly. I love it. And but I have a problem with the guacamole. If you make a bunch, then it gets brown. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but it's just
Yeah.
doesn't have that beautiful green. So I probably need to go ahead and try that and see if it works. And
So do you have one of the freezer bags handy, whether it's Pampered Chefs or any Ziploc bags?
I do.
Okay, because we have a tip about when you're doing freezer meals. So while Nancy gets that bag, if
Okay.
you're to
I
use
have
a
a small one. Is that going to work?
yeah, so normally you need the
Okay.
gallon size. If she's going to put veggies in with this, let's say it was turning into fajitas and she sliced her peppers and her onions, she could put that in with the chicken as well, all in one bag and seal it up and you're good. So you probably need the big one. But for just some chicken breast, she's fine with the small one. So what you want to do is make sure you take the zipper part there and turn it down a little bit, like an inch. And that way, when you're filling
Always.
the bag, it's not going to get the zipper part all messed up with the food if it touches it. And it also helps it stand up. And also make sure that you're putting it in a bowl, or they even sell those stands with little
Mhm.
clips that keep it open. And that's really handy because you could just go down the line and fill your stuff in no time at all. So that's tip number one. Number two is if you're not using the Pampered Chef or the reusable kind of thick freezer bags, which I know she has also, if you're going to use Ziploc bags, there's a chance that it could split, just from being so cold or overstuffed or whatever, and you don't want it to leak out. Yeah, those are the best. And you can use those
Love these.
UV.
Love
Um,
these.
Me too. But what you want to do with a regular Ziploc bag is double bag it. So put your
Double
stuff
bag
in
it.
one and then take the recipe of what you're going to be, what it is, and stick it in between the two bags. So that way that stays nice and neat and you can see what it is. And if for some reason the one bag happens to open, the other one is there to save the day. So that's a few freezer meal tips.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Good. I'm glad you paid for the admission here to come, Brenda. It was free. So anything else you want to add, Nance?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, what kind of knife is that you have there?
Ah, these are our Pampered Chef forged cutlery. Excuse me. These are wonderful. Number one, they have a full tang, so that the blade goes all the way through. It's not like it's stamped and then just a handle added to it. These are very well balanced and they have a lifetime guarantee on them. So if you ever had a problem with one of your knives, broke a tip, whatever, you could return this to Pampered Chef and they would replace it. And this is I believe it's the 5-inch
Utility.
utility. Yeah, I was going to say kitchen, but that wasn't right. The 5-inch utility, my favorite, and I think it's.
Is it the Santoku knife? That's mine. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I love this is my go-to for just about everything. Unless it's something like cutting up a watermelon or using the cut and close. This isn't quite long enough to use in the cut and close, so I end up using the chef's knife. But yeah, I love these knives. They're a great investment. And if you didn't want to pay full price for them, you host a party, you could actually get them free or deeply discounted. So think about that.
Okay. And the last thing that I see on your counter there are the flexible cutting mats, which I use every
Oh
single
yes,
day.
yes. I'm get one of my other ones here. These are the small ones, and I don't believe we carry the small ones anymore.
We do.
Okay, I was
I
thinking we
think.
didn't. Anyways, these are the
Maybe not.
flexible cutting mats. These are the small ones. I love them because you just fold them up and put whatever you've cut right directly into the bowl. They are dishwasher safe and yeah, they're great. Don't take up a whole lot of space. Anything else you can say about these, Cindy?
Just that I think you're correct, and we only have the large ones now. I just looked
Okay.
too. So you're good. Okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
love them. I just absolutely love them. All
I
right.
have a set in my Pampered Camper.
Yes, they're
Okay.
perfect for campers. I mean, but
They are.
just don't take up a lot of space, like Nancy
No.
said.
No,
Love 'em.
great.
I've
right,
even
so-
taken them on vacation.
Yeah, why
If
not?
I'm going to go to a VRBO, I'll take a couple of those, put them in my suitcase, so I know I've got a good cutting board.
Yeah.
Cutting
So-
mat.
So anyway, what we wanted to just show people is how simple it is and some tips on doing freezer meals. The prep work, that's what people hate about cooking, it seems like. So if you just prep ahead and have your recipes that you want to make and go to the grocery store and prep things ahead, like we were telling Brenda earlier too, like wash your fruit and veggies, peel things, have them in your cool and serve tray that's all organized in your fridge if you want. It's so much better for prepping for fajitas, your peppers, your onions, everything sliced. Your chicken could be all cut up in cubes, even and put in the freezer bags, so you just take those out. You're more apt to eat healthier too when the things are washed right away and peeled and all of that stuff. But this makes life super easy. So anybody can have home cooked meals any day of the week. So we hope it helped, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So thanks guys for watching. If you want to do one of our freezer meal workshops, let us know. And you'll feel so accomplished at the end when you have 10 meals ready to go. And each meal feeds about 4 to 6 people.
Absolutely.